Ndima. This evening we are chatting to Alyssa Conley. She's in the building. It is Women's Day, so happy Women's Day. Phenomenal former sprinter, 100 and 200. But yeah, somebody that you're going to really have a good time chatting to. I hope you guys are ready. If you have any questions, make sure to put them down. The theme is Women's Day, but we're also going to be touching on Olympics and all other good stuff. I'm going to send a request quickly, then we're going to get going. So welcome everybody. This is BackChat, proudly hosted by Backtrack. And we've got Alyssa Conley with us this evening. Welcome everybody. Yo, Alyssa.
Hello, Timber. How you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Thanks for asking.
How does it feel being on the other side of the camera now? You're not able to ask all the questions.
It's been a while, so excited to be on the other side for tonight.
Oh, the tables have turned. So now I'm in control.
The tables keep turning.
They keep turning.
They keep turning.
Otherwise, how you been? You good?
I'm very well, thank you. Blessed, happy. It was a good hot day today, so no complaints on my side.
Yeah, how was Women's Day been? It is Women's Day, so important day. We'll touch on that with regards to sport as well. But in general, how was Women's Day been?
Women's Day's been great. Very quiet one, very chilled one. I had a women's webinar this morning, speaking on empowering women in sport, closing gaps of inequality in sport, just challenges that various female athletes and sportswomen are facing. So it was very, very interesting, educational, and I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. I think it's so important. And I mean, I think it would be quite nice if you share about that as well. Whilst we somewhere in between the chat, just talk about some of what you guys were chatting about. So important, that's why, I mean, when we started Back Your Girl, it was always about getting those, the stories of women and the challenges they have to face in trying to be professional. But before we do that, this time I want to do a proper introduction. You know what I mean? I want to do a proper introduction so that those who are watching can know exactly who is in the building, who we're dealing with. And then we'll do some welcomes. I see a lot of people are jumping on. We'll do that as well. But ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. With us this evening, we've got Alyssa Conley. She is an Olympian in the 200 meter. She is an African Championship 200 meter silver medalist, African Championship 4x100 meter gold medalist, World Under 18 Championships 100 meter and 200 meter finalist, African Under 20 Championship 100 meter silver medalist, African Under 20 Championship 200 meter gold medalist, as well as World Under 20 Championship, part of the Team SA in the 200 meter and the 4x1. SA Under 23 100 meter champion, 3-time SA 100 meter champion, as well as 2-time SA 200 meter champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa Conley.
Sometimes I forget what I've done in track and field, so thanks for reminding me, Timba.
I have to remind you because I know you were gonna forget some of those under 18 achievements as well as under 20. But
yeah, no,
I'm gonna give you a horn for that.
thank you.
Yeah, big ups, man. What you've done. Like, I mean, sometimes you can look back and you'll be like, I wish I could have done more and this and that. But I mean, it's always good to look back to see what you have done already, And, that's representation right there at African level, international level, at youth level, at junior level. I mean, you climbed up the ranks all the way until Olympics. So salute.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it is a pleasure. I see in here, let's just do a few welcomes. I see Regu runners in here, Jared Latahan, Kuli, Stradom Christu, Shani. I see Juvan. I see Michelle Netivel. You can help me with that surname. I'm not really. Is it a nickname? I'm not sure. The Great Shepherd.
No,
I don't want no trouble. I don't want no problems. I see Flaka, Celia, welcome. I am chosen. One, I see you, Furi Vit. Oh, Furi, welcome. Annika Filioun, Brian, so many people. I'm not going to get everybody. Oh, Kyle Redemeyer. That's one of the top SA young pole vaulters. He's ranked number 6 on the juniors. I'm sure he's getting ready for World Juniors coming up. I see Michelle saying, let's go. Let's go. We're going to get started now.
Let's
Ms.
do this.
Welcome. Amazing. I see here Ms. Mock says, amazing girl. We love you. Robs, your physio. Welcome to you as well. Thanks for joining in, Robs. Airborne. Welcome, guys. All right. So, yeah, there's a lot of people that are in and out. We appreciate it, guys. If you have any questions, make sure to ask them. You are more than welcome. All right. So, first and foremost, let's just get started. It is Women's Month. It's an important, today is Women's Day. Let's start with that. And, you know, I think it's important that we get a bit of a breakdown of what it is to be not only a woman in South Africa, but also a woman in South African sport. Hit us. Let's go.
How much time do you have there? No, I mean, it comes with a lot of challenges, like, you know, just being on this morning's webinar where we had a few athletes from Banyana, we had hockey players, and previous discussions that I've had with various women in sport. It's hard, to put it in one word, hard. You know, obviously from back in the day, females weren't allowed to play sport, or they weren't seen as people or humans who should be on the sporting field, but rather on the sides, cheering for their husbands, you know, motivating them, getting them ready for their game or their race day or whatever. So I think that we're still struggling with that mentality. Now that women are extremely powerful in the sporting field, I think, I mean, after this Olympics, if you look at the biggest country, USA, I think maybe over 60% of the medals was won by females for Team USA, which is astronomical. Wow. You know, those things don't really happen. And if
Let's
we look
talk
at
about
South Africa, we only have 2 females from South Africa that represented South Africa and brought medals home for our country, and I think that is huge. You know, expectations. Thank you. That's to the ladies. Expectations going there. You know, we had a lot of expectations, medal hopefuls, etc. But the females pulled the country through. They represented South Africa. So I think, you know, out of all the challenges and stuff, women are strong. And we do the thing that we need to do, you know, so yeah.
Absolutely. I think, what you touched on, it's so important. And I mean, I like the fact that you said it's hard because, you know, that's just how it is. We don't want to talk athletics. Athletics would say is one of the more balanced or more, I don't know if you would say it's more balanced or not. You could also mention a few challenges there. But then also we'll get into you know, some of the beauty of the sport as well, you know, and what it does for empowering women in sport and so on. But yeah, at least athletics, it seems to be run about. I mean, Allyson Felix is probably one of the biggest track stars in the world at the moment. I think everybody in the world, if you think female runner, you think her more so than a male runner currently now. So that's why I say track and field may be a bit different. I don't know how the finances side of it look and all that other stuff. But she also fought a big case with regards to being a mom and an athlete. So then again, maybe not as fair as it looks, you know. But I mean, hopefully, I don't know. Things are changing. She stirred things up and they're changing. So we'll see what happens with that, yeah?
I mean, I don't think you can call track and field balanced. I think hopefully things will change now because women on track and field have achieved way more than men. I don't know if the people that's watching will agree with me. I think female track was way more exciting than male track this year, or this time around at Olympic Games. You know, it was tight races with women. Women was like, oh my gosh, sitting at the edge of your seat, like waiting to see who's going to take it. Elaine, Shelley, you know, is Salou going to come through for a medal? You know, with the men, it's like, what's happening here? So I'm hoping that, you know, that's going to help because female athletics was way more exciting this time around. I mean, just with Alyson Felix, she raced in her own branded spike, you know. A massive brand let her down when she was pregnant. Like they cut her salary or her contract by, I think 70%. Allyson Felix, she has the most medals in track and field ever, guys. Ever. Doesn't matter. Men, male, female, ever. She's got the most medals ever. But the biggest brand, sporting brand in the world, cut her contract because she was pregnant. If that is not inequality, then come on. Like, yeah. I mean, I hope that it's changing. I hope that, you know, we're closing that gap, because the gap was massive. But yeah, we'll just see. And I think that Allyson Felix is speaking. She's being very vocal about what's happened to her, and I think that she's definitely going to fight for rights.
Absolutely. I mean, end of the day, it's tough. It's not nice to be the one who has to do all the fighting. You know, I mean, and I think that's the biggest challenge. I mean, if you look at South African athletics or the female athletes in South Africa, obviously a lot needs to be done. We only had 4 at the Olympics, if you look at it. And of the 4, let's just say 3 ran in finals, and then 1 was competing in the rounds. That's UNA van Dijk, and then obviously Irvet van Zyl, Gerda Steyn, as well as Dominic Scott in 2 finals. Oh, that's cool. It's actually 4 finals for the women, as well as 1 qualifying round, which is, it just goes to show, like, I mean, the women that we are producing are producing the quality. I forgot Wenda Nel. She was out in the semi-finals.
Semi-finalist,
which is also another phenomenal performance. So we've got the talent. We know that. The talent that's going through these championships are quality. What are we missing as a country? What are we missing?
I mean, let's look at this, right? I don't think people understand what being ranked top 30 in the world actually means in your event. Like, people's expectations, firstly, are crazy. Like, I mean, for you to be ranked top 30 in the world in your event is absolutely amazing. So that's number 1. So now, because you don't come home with a gold, silver, or bronze medal, you're not really noticed, right? So number 1, I think women in South Africa, especially those ladies, they probably went there, you know, still having to work full-time jobs, maybe still having to be a parent, a mother to kids, you know, still having to deal with all those daily challenges every day. But then they're in finals. Like, people don't understand how amazing that achievement is on its own. So I think firstly it's expectations from your country, from you know, people in the corporate industries, from sponsors and all of that. They don't ever look at the challenges that you had to go through to get to that point or to that final. You know, injuries, financial situations, you know, having to work 3 or 4 jobs a day and still train. Like, that is what we go through as athletes, as professional athletes. That is what we go through. That's just what we have to do. I mean, when I was an Olympian, I was still working. I was working a full-time job. I literally spent hours on the road, and then I still had to get to training and be completely switched on at training and be able to, you know, perform well at training. Sometimes I just felt like this is just like bull crap. Like, you know, like, I just want to sleep. I'm tired. But then that is what we do as athletes. So I think that number 1 is expectation and not realizing actually what we've been through to get where we are and to be top 30 in the world. And then also just mentors, leaders, media sharing, you know, stories of these women. You know, I think that it's very important for young athletes, young upcoming athletes to see the stories of Gerda, of Wenda, of UNA. You know, all of these people, just, you know, their journeys, how they got there, what they go through on a daily basis. It's so important to share this so that everybody can see and know that it's reality. It's tough, but if you have a goal and if you're passionate about your goal, then it's possible.
It's rough, guys. Hey, you know, I don't know. I mean, I think athletics still. I don't even want to go into like the stats of all the other sports and whatever, you know, for female athletes. But like what you said there, the reality is having to work full time. I mean, speaking to LG van Zyl, he was saying like over the past month before Olympics, he decided, you know, he's going to take all the daily duties, make sure Irvet is as least stress as possible, etc., etc. But I mean, the reality is that, yeah, like you said, it's full-time jobs. If you're a parent, you need a parent. I mean, Alison Felix is still a parent. So when everybody else is resting, need to take care of the baby and perform at the best, and then go win a bronze medal and a gold. Man, it's a lot.
It's crazy.
And I think
it's crazy.
we need solutions. You know what I mean? So you're saying finances, financial support. Let's just talk. How does this look? You know what I mean? Do athletes in South Africa need stipends? Do they need corporate companies to get involved? What a one? Because if you know, I was saddened by the comment by the former president of the athletics. When he said that athletics is an amateur sport, and it bugged me because you can't say that. We've got world-class athletes who produce gold medals and so on. And then during the podcast, the guys are like, listen, how many of these guys are actually professional? Then you're like, eish, there's the predicament. We've got this high level expectation and performance. And on the other side, we've got probably 95% of the athletes are not amateur in level of performance, but in lifestyle, as in, can they afford to only be athletes and only run and take care of their family, insurance, medical aid, travel allowance, the whole shebang. I mean, if you look at the stats of how the UK invests into one medal, it's close to 25 million that goes into one medal, whatever color that medal is. And I think, I don't want to say in pounds or dollars, but it's not in rands, you know what I mean? And then here we are, maybe a year before or two, we catch a few guys and say, okay, you guys will go do the work. But then, is that enough, And what about the rest? And how do we make sure it works for everybody? Man, my mind it's difficult. I wish I had solutions. It's crazy.
It is crazy. But I think the one thing is that, people need to take ownership. Like, for example, our federations, our top federations, they need to take ownership of what they're doing. Like, your countries are giving medalists tons of money if they come home with medals. And then if you look at South Africa, I mean, the biggest topic right now is that there's no bonus for our medalists that are coming home. So if there's no bonus and you've won a gold medal at Olympic Games or a silver medal at Olympic Games, you come home with 2 Olympic records and 1 world record, then what are you doing this for? Like, if that standard of achievement is not enough to, number one, get recognition, and number two, be rewarded for what you've done, then what are you doing it for? It makes no sense to me then, because and what message are we sending to our young women out there? Because the first question they're going to ask is it because they're women? Because this is the first time that we hear that there's no bonus money for the medalists. So number one, is it because they're women? Why them? What happened at 2016 Rio Olympics, where medalists got tons of rewards? You know what I mean? So, and then they want to turn around and be like, so where's the woman? Why are women not participating in sport? You're the reason women aren't participating in sport, because women have to provide. They have to provide for families. They have to, look after kids and homes and all of those things. So if they can't be rewarded in their hard work and what they're doing, then why are they doing it? You know what I mean? So we're not even motivating our young girls and kids to be taking part in sports. So I don't know. It's a harsh truth, harsh reality, and I feel like people just need to speak up and speak up truthfully. Be open about it. And once we're open about it, then hopefully corporate companies will come on board, and especially women-led corporate companies. They need to wake up and be like, yo, we need to back our ladies, They're representing us on a world stage. So let's back them. So I hope that what's happening now and the result of 2 female athletes bringing home medals and the issue of inequality, I hope that, people are going to talk, and I hope that people are going to be loud and vocal about what they're feeling, and we can hopefully change this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, it's one of those topics. It would be easier to talk about all the other nice stuff. We'll get to the nice stuff, but I think it's good. Yeah. We've opened up the topic, guys. If you've got questions, put them through. And then obviously the Olympic Games recently just came to an end. I see here Ms. Mock saying, preach, Alyssa. Alyssa Malindi is saying, you better ask them. Michelle is saying, you're 100% speaking the truth, Alyssa. Somebody, what is it? Ms. Mox also saying, this is the side that needs to be aired more by top athletes in our country. We only see the wins. But end of the day, you know, it's so difficult. It's always like, you know, it's difficult for, why is it so difficult to athletes to talk up, to speak out when they're on top, you know, like when you're riding the wave, it's difficult, you know, because you're like,
yeah,
let me protect my,
you don't want to,
my little corner.
Exactly. You don't want to touch feelings. There has been athletes that have spoken out and has gotten the raw end of the stick, you know. They've just been cut by the federation. Sunefalun being one. She spoke up for women's rights in South Africa. Yeah. And they just literally cut her completely. Just like, she's a medalist literally at every championship. Sunefalun will medal without a doubt. You know, she's a championship performer. And because she spoke out, literally the federation was like, we don't know you. We're going to block you. We're going to throw you away. We don't care about your opinion and speaking out. So that's why athletes are really scared to speak out. And yeah, I think that, you know, we're calling on the men, the powerful men athletes, to speak out on behalf of us women, because I think that's the only way to get this right.
Yeah, big ups, absolutely. So yeah, the conversation is out there. Those who are listening, do what you gotta do. I wish I was powerful. You know, I'm not powerful. I'm not a powerful athlete.
Of course you are. So this is a powerful platform. It's a very powerful platform.
The powerful athletes will speak out for you, Alyssa. They'll do so. We hope so. You know, for women's sport as well. Okay, let's talk Olympics. So, Team South Africa in general, how do you feel the team done? Touch on some. Just give us like an overview of performances, athletes to look out for 2024. The next Olympics are close. Our team is in general very young, which is dope, which means some of the guys who were in semifinals and finals can be in finals in 3 years, you know, with less longer term of planning, you know what I mean? It's literally 2.5 years and you've qualified, and then boom, it's time for the games in Paris. Ça va?
Yeah, no. Ça va bien. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. I mean, Gift, he's come back. Gift of speed, he's done exceptionally well. I mean, running consistently under 10 seconds, sub 10, making the semifinals at Olympic Games. You know, great achievement there. We're looking at Kyle, the shot put thrower, amazing achievement as well over there. I think he's going to be doing great in 2024. UNA as well, javelin thrower. I think she ended in top 25, I'm sure. And she's also going to be doing massive things, you know, in her future. She's still very young. We have a lot of 400-meter guys. Like, I think this for our team, for our track and field team, was a lot of experience, and now the guys can just basically build on it and just become better and achieve better at 2024. I think we can look for, or hopefully we can get a lot of medals in 2024. So yeah, I think the field events did really good this time round. Obviously, you know, we were hoping for a medal or two from the track, but I mean, it's been hard times, you know, injuries, COVID, all of that, and obviously the conditions in Tokyo was also hectic. But yeah, I think overall the guys did really well. If we look, you know, at other countries other than South Africa, can we speak about Italy finishing second on the medal table? Like, what the heck? Like, how does Italy finish second on a track and field medal table? Like, I mean, that's absolutely amazing, and it just shows us that you know, anything is possible, and it's nice to see that your common countries like the USA and Jamaica, you know, European countries and all of that, you know, they weren't doing that great this time around. Obviously, Jamaica, the trio in the 100-meter woman, that was expected, but other than that, I think other countries are coming through.
It was definitely interesting games. Italy. I mean, they took the two biggest crowns on the track on the male side. You know that not expected at all. The Americans, as you said, besides Zia, in general, I don't know what they would feel, but I don't. You know, compared to the America we know, underperformed a bit, you know, when it comes to, okay, obviously the the 400-meter hurdles, yeah, the men.
Yeah.
400 hurdles, women did the thing, the jumps, some of the, it was not what we expected, you know. But I mean, then again, it just shows that, you know, in track and field, anything is possible, you know. It's possible for any athlete to get in the final and, you know, shine, and you know, that's what sport is about in the day. So yeah. Any other performances that you watched from other sports that you think are worth mentioning?
Okay, first, before we talk about other sports, I think the event of Olympic Games was the 400-meter hurdles, men and women. Absolutely
Sure.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
world records being broken by first place and second place in both men and women's absolutely crazy. I think definitely they were the VIPs of the Olympic Games. They put on a show and a half. And you know, Sydney being 20, I think she's 21, eh?
Yeah, she's young.
That is absolutely crazy. She's very young and running that's fast times. That's even fast times on a flat for both men and women 400-meter hurdles. Like, geez, they even ranked on the flats. And then obviously India winning a gold medal on the javelin, crazy. I mean, that was also some massive surprise over there. And I was like, how does that even happen? Because obviously Johannes Vetter is the king of javelin in men's, and you know, the Indian guy just came
plus.
in 90 plus, and he couldn't medal there. So that was absolutely crazy. Obviously, for South Africa, we have to speak about Tatiana. She is the queen. You know, being able to do what she did, absolutely amazing. 2 Olympic records, 1 world record, 2 medals. You can't be happier as an athlete going to the Olympic Games and coming home with, you know, that bag full of medals like that. And then our surfer, you know, coming out of retirement and then bringing home a silver medal as well. That's absolutely amazing. And no one ever spoke about it. Like, exactly. So out of retirement, Olympic medal, retire again. That's life. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? I mean, no one expected it from her either. Like, you know, we kind of expected Tatiana to do something amazing at the Olympic Games, but no one expected Bianca to do anything great. And she just came and she showed up, she did a thing, and she left. You know, I think that's a boss move over there. So, yeah, and like obviously other sports like football, USA women not winning. That was a surprise. Canada winning the football, that was a surprise. Brazil, you know, that's absolutely crazy. But I think in the track also the triple jumper who broke the world record, also absolutely
Rojas. Yeah.
Rojas, there we go. So it was an interesting Olympics. I don't know what the people feel that's watching over there. I see Rob's asked a question. Can we account our COVID restrictions for training in the lack of medals we received this year? You know, that's a very interesting question. You know, from my side, Rob, yeah,
you can go.
So from my side, I know that I can definitely say other countries would have planned better. Knowing that it's Olympic year, they would have given their Olympic hopefuls, especially medalist preference, to number one, have access to tracks or access to gymnasiums and all of that. But then again, if you look at individual sports, I don't know if you can say, you know, because of COVID restrictions, we never brought home medals, because it is an individual sport. Maybe the lack of competitions, track competitions to be race fit and all of that could be a factor. Massive factor. Team sports, definitely, because everybody was all over and they probably had a very limited time to be together and to play together, to train together. We saw a lot of, I mean, the men's football team and men's rugby team both had to go in isolation just as they got to Tokyo, because they had positive tests in their team. So they lost at least 5 days of training and being together. So, I mean, COVID was an issue. But the thing about COVID is everybody faced the same issue. So we can't really blame COVID, I think.
Yeah, I mean, end of the day, when it comes to COVID, it's very simple. It is what it is. It is what it is.
True story.
I think for everybody, but I mean, end of the day, I think it was tough for South Africans as well when it comes to traveling abroad. I mean, there was times where the top athletes couldn't access gyms. They could access tracks, but not gyms. So yes, definitely did play a role in that. And then here's another important topic is about mental health. From my experience, COVID fatigue is real. We spoke about it on the podcast with LJ Van Zyl, the role of, the mental health of athletes and, a lot of challenges they've had. I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, if you think about the Olympic Village experience, I remember I wanted to chat with Revet van Zyl before she left, and they needed to do a test 3 days before, and then you do another test, and I mean, that alone, you've qualified, but you're still stressing about, if I test positive, I'm not going. I mean, how crazy is that?
Yeah.
For the first time, you've made the team, you've qualified, but you still have to be, aware of or scared of getting tested with COVID, and families and the fear of being in that environment, Olympics, etc., etc. You think that that would have played a role in the mental health of some of the athletes?
A massive role, massive role. A lot of these athletes was affected by COVID, and had to, obviously skip training or miss training because they were positive for COVID. If we look at Talu, she's one of those athletes that missed a few weeks or a month or so of training because of COVID. And guys, in Olympic year, missing a session is crazy. It's detrimental.
Too much.
It's completely detrimental because it completely throws you out of your periodization. It completely throws you out of your phases. So just missing one session can mess up your Olympic journey or your Olympic dream. So yeah, COVID fatigue is massive, and obviously COVID, we all know, has after effects as well, and people can be dealing with fatigue, still a cough, whatever symptoms they have for a very long time post their COVID experience. So yeah, no, it's been crazy. And I know they also had to do a saliva test every morning. All the athletes or everybody in the Olympic Village had to do a saliva test every single morning. So yeah, it was a lot of challenges. It was a very different Olympic Games. But yeah, like Timber said, it is what it is. And every athlete had to go through it. So we can't blame it, or no athlete can say, no, it's because of this. Every athlete had to face the same circumstances and had to deal with it. So yeah.
Alyssa,
but the mental health
it.
topic is very deep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's intense.
You never said it.
I never said it. This guy said it.
You're killing
So
me.
I mean, it's tough, but if you look at the positives, South African team is young. Like I was going through like some of the athletes and so on. If you look at the likes of Shaun Maswanganye, 20 years old, Zagiti Nene, 23, you go to Zene van der Walt. I'm looking to the future now. 21 years, 21 years old. We've got the likes of Giflio Taylor. He's 23.
Clarence
Sok Zazini is 21. These guys are all young. Life Pillay is 19. And we've got a whole bunch of other kids that you're going to see with World Juniors coming up. We've got a lot of kids who are ranked number. Yeah. Guys who are ranked number 2 for juniors in the world. We've got top 10. A lot of athletes are ranked top 10 in that as well. So, man, I personally believe 2024 is going to be, this is our building phase. If we can just wake up and be like, listen, guys, these are the guys, these are the age groups, peak years after that as well. We can actually build a team that can win easily 5 to 6 medals. I mean, look at the likes of Gift and Patuches. These guys are young. They can do it.
But I think the major issue is, like you said, we need to build now. So there needs to be there needs to be a provisional team now, not 2023 at the end of 2023. Now we have a provisional team that we're going to work on. It's too late. Let's have our provisional team now, and let's, follow up on the development of their provisional team, help them in terms of injuries, challenges, those sorts of things. Obviously, everybody has their own individual coaches, but let's just have a system where where the federation keeps track of the athlete's progression and performance and they can tell like what's going wrong, how can we fix this? Because like you said, all of these people that you just mentioned now, every single one of them can win a medal. There's no reason why they can't win a medal. The problem is that there is no support from federations. and we need to look after them. We need to set up a structure where we have the provisional team named now, and every year from now, we can edit that provisional team. You know what I mean? Make adjustments, add people who we see is coming through, who needs to be on it. But it's at least a 3-year plan. And if you have that system and that structure in place for 3 years, come on, you'll win medals. Easy. South Africa has amazing talent. Amazing, amazing talent. We just need the right people in the right places to make the right decisions.
Absolutely. I think with that, we're gonna have to wrap it up soon. Alyssa, I know people are probably thinking, why am I talking more about Alyssa? We've done a back chat with you already, and I mean it was a good one. I just wanted to get that woman's. If I say nobody's gonna listen to me. But I mean, if it comes from a woman who's been there, you know, been at the top of the game, and you know, these things are not things you're making up. You know, this is the reality of the challenges women in South African sport are facing. So I see they say Alyssa for Minister of Sport. Put your application in, Alyssa. We'll be voting. So yeah, I think it's important that we have a message. Let's wrap it up with a message for the women, not only in sport but for women in South Africa. A message of encouragement or whatever you feel is on your heart to share.
Yeah, I think that, you know, as women, we need to support each other. Someone said something interesting this morning. You know, if you go to a store and there's a lot of Indians there and this Indian doesn't have a screw, he'll send you to his brother. And if that one doesn't have it, he'll send you to his brother. But they'll recommend each other and they'll support each other. And I think, you know, as females in South Africa, that's what we need to learn. We need to learn how to support each other, how to uplift each other, how to share knowledge, how to share experiences. And, you know, once we can get this right and once we can unite and not like be jealous of each other and put each other down, I think, you know, if we can start elevating, if women can start elevating women, it'll be a much better world.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep believing in yourself. Anything is possible. And we're going to fight for this change. It will come.
It will come. Absolutely. Alyssa Conley, AC Speedster. Thanks so much for sharing this, what is it, Women's Day, this special Women's Day, Women's Month with us. And yeah, the conversation need to keep on going. I see Alyssa Conley, your mom's is in the building as well.
My mom is representing.
Hello. Yeah. Special hello to her.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening to you as well. I know she's been watching the whole time. So yeah, thanks, Alyssa. Let's continue this conversation.
Thank you for having me.
And we have to continue pushing this. I know you always at seminars and all these things, you know, working behind the scenes. And I know it's not always easy because yeah, nobody wants to always hear this stuff, but it's very important for South Africa. And yeah, thanks for all you've done for South African athletics as well and sport. You know, I think a lot of people that see you as like a role model. When they think of a woman who is, you know, who can talk, who is positive, who is strong, they think of Alyssa Conley. So yeah, keep up that work, and you know, more doors are gonna keep opening up.
Thank you, Timber. Thank you so much, and thanks to Backtrack for always being willing to listen to us. And have a great evening. Chat soon.
Yeah, awesomeness. Take care. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this Back Chat Women's Day edition with Alyssa Conley. It's been good. I hope you guys learned something. Alyssa 2024. Michelle, please. Michelle, make it happen, please. Please talk to her. That will be something to look forward to. She'll be 33, I think. So she's got time. So thanks, guys. Take care and have a good evening. We'll see you again later in the week. Good night and God bless.